Today we're going to be talking about attribute rules. Attribute rules, we need to think of like the rule maker for our shapes. When we are trying to figure out the attributes, we need to follow a rule, kind of like Simon Says for our shapes. We need to find out which shapes fit into the rule and which ones do not fit into the rule. Sometimes we are given the rule. For example, it might say all purple shapes. And then we would find out which ones fit in the rule and which ones do not fit in the rule. Sometimes they will have you figure out the rule. They'll say these shapes fit into it, these shapes do not fit, and you need to come up with what the rule is. Our rules, or the attributes, can be based on the shape's color, the size, it could be the number of sides they have. Pretty much any descriptor we can use to talk about the shapes could be used as our rule. Now, let's look at these that are given right here. Our rule is all large circles. So as you can see on the top, these are all my large circles. So they fit into the rule. If you look at the bottom, that's a small circle. That's a red square. And here's a triangle. So these shapes do not fit into the rule. They do not have the attribute we're looking for. So these are not part of our rule. They do not fit in, while the top are ones that do fit into the rule. Now if we want to look at another example, this one is going to be all shapes that have 4 sides. So we need to look at every shape and see if they fit into the rule or if they do not fit into the rule. Remember, our rule is if it has 4 sides. So if we look at this shape, our rectangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, it has 4 sides. So yes, this one fits into our rule. The triangle, 1, 2, 3. It only has 3 sides, so it does not fit into our rule. The circle has no sides at all, so that cannot fit. Our square, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides, so it does fit our rule. Hexagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides, so nope, that one does not fit into our rule. And then the square, 1, 2, 3, 4. This has 4 sides, so it fits our rule. So if we look at all 4 of our shapes that fit into the rule, they're different colors, doesn't matter. There are different sizes, that doesn't matter either, because our rule only says 4 sides. So since each of these shapes have 4 sides, they fit into our rule. None of these have 4 sides, so they do not fit into the rule. So we need to be careful when we're paying attention to what the rule is. Now this one, some of them fit into the rule and some of them do not. So this top row fits the rule. This bottom row does not fit the rule. And we need to figure out what the rule is. So if we look at the top, we need to find out how they're similar, what they have in common. So could it be shape? Hexagon, circle, rectangle? Nope, it's not the shape because that's not what's same about it. If we look at the number of sides, nope, they all have different number of sides. So we need to think of what's in common. What do all 3 of these shapes have? Can you figure that out? If you said they're blue, then you're right. All 3 of these shapes are blue and the bottom is not. So that's what our rule is. We need to figure out what shapes are blue. So now that we know our rule is what shapes are blue, we can then answer the question. Does this fit into our rule? Nope, it's not blue. Does this one fit into our rule? Yeah, it does because it's blue. Does this one fit into our rule? No. And then does this one fit into our rule? Yep, because it's blue. So the thing that you need to remember when we talk about our attributes, when we're using our attribute blocks or shapes, is we want to figure out how they're the same and how they're different. When we're given a rule, we need to figure out, does it fit into that rule, so meaning is it the same, or does it not fit into the rule, meaning is it different? And then we can be able to find new shapes that follow that same pattern. So that is what attribute box is all about. So have a great day. Bye.